I'm probably the only devotee who didn't like prasadam, huh? Gradually, you know, sweet rice, halva, those are the first things I got accustomed to. And then the other things. Still today, I can't eat everything. I still can't eat everything, you know. I eat it because I have to, but otherwise not like so much.
How you go to initiation?
Yeah, but you know, I grew up eating, you know, meat, and my mother cooked very simple, maybe salt and pepper. Yeah, and I'm demonic. I used to love hunting. I was a big hunter and fisher. I used to go out, kill tons of animals. I had like bird dogs and all these honey dogs. I loved it to death. Fish and go catch 100 fish and just dig a hole and bury them. Who's going to eat all those fish? They're not going to eat all those fish. What are you going to do with them? You dig a hole and throw them in the ground and bury them, you know. Yeah, let's go next week. Okay, yeah, man, that was cool, you know. So demoniac, isn't it? But as soon as I read I stopped all of that. I remember I stopped everything. Immediately, I said, that's it, I'm not doing any more of this. My uncle broke his, that's why he was preaching to me, because me and him were like the hunting partners. I said, I'm not going anymore. I remember he's like, what happened? What's, and I said, well, you know, because of this and this. No. And he's trying to give me the Christian line, and I'm countering him. You know? It broke his heart, you know, that I quit going. But after I gave him the Gita, he never held it against me anymore. But he kept doing all those things. You know, so anyway, I can't think of anything else. I'm tired. That was okay. I joined November '74. So you know, usually 6 months. If you can make 6 months, you get initiated. But to make 6 months, that was, especially like that first day, get in the kitchen. So, you know, I remember I'm washing the pots and then I'm looking, I said, what are they doing? Oh, they're going to book distribution. Can I do that? No, you haven't been here long enough. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe it. You got to wait till somebody joins and then they bump you out of the kitchen. All right, so finally somebody joined and I was out. I could go on book distribution. And I was thinking, I better do good so I don't have to go back in that kitchen anymore. I mean, I couldn't stand the kitchen, you know. It was just, maybe if they had a better sink, it would have worked. But they didn't have the proper kitchen equipment, you know. They just, so, and then the first day going out, they were doing the intersections. And I'm really sincere. I'm like, wow, I can't wait to tell people about this. And I go, hi, you know, this is a Krishna. Nah, get out, you freak. No, I didn't care. Next, hey, you know, and the devotees say, hey, don't tell them it's Krishna. I said, but yeah, that's what it is. No. They said, you have to, just get the book in their hand and they'll read it later. That's a better way. Just get out as many as you can. Not many people are going to take them if you say that. Maybe you'd be lucky if you do 2 or 3 all day. So just tell them we're feeding kids. We're feeding kids. I said, we're not feeding kids. What are you talking about? They got to get the book. Okay, we got the Bangladesh refugees were coming to Mayapur, and you know, and we're feeding them there. So yeah, we're kind of feeding them because the money from the BBT goes to India anyway. All right, all that money from this is going to India anyway. So we are feeding kids. Like, oh man, so then I'm like, it was really hard for me to do it. All my enthusiasm was gone. I'm like, yeah, you're not doing enough. Like, oh, they're gonna put me back in the kitchen. So I came up with another system. I would just take the magazines and I just you know, hard sell them, because I used to have a paper route. That's another thing back in the 60s. Teenagers would go door to door with the newspaper routes. So I knew how to sell newspapers. I could make newspaper. You get subscriptions from people and then you bring them daily. So I knew you had to be a little bit forceful sometimes. You just tell them what to do and they do it. So I got the idea when I knew you had to get the first car. So when the car would pull up and usually they're ignoring you, you just, you know, you bang on that window till they roll it down. This pop, 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 pop. Now they want to scream at you, you know. Yeah, and before they could scream, you throw the magazine in the backseat. Just come on, hurry up, give a donation before the light turns green. Everybody's giving. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Can I get it? They're like, you know, they're bewildered. What's it all about? You can read about it later in the magazine. Come on, everybody's giving. Hurry up. Oh, okay. And then you get the first one to give. And I think they've seen you're so animate and so hard that all the rest of them just, they're waiting for you pretty much, you know. Okay, I'll take one too, And then I throw them in the back seat so they don't see them. I don't put them in their hand. Because you put a hand, they'll sling it out the window. Then all the people, what? Oh no, I'm not taking any. I'm not taking any. He just threw his out the window, you know. So, you know, you can do about 200 magazines a day like that. Because, you know, you got two lights, you do this, and when it's green, you run to the other side, like that, back and forth. And you can do maybe, you know, 2 or 3 magazines a light, generally averaging, like that. And we go, you know, maybe 6 hours, 7 hours, like that all day. And I'm, you know, 18 years old. That's like, that's really the way I see it. The way Krishna brought me up, my body was perfect for that. Because in high school, I spent 4 years on the swimming team, which was a lot of work. You know, swimmers, you spend a lot of time just conditioning your body for, I did the, you know, 400-yard freestyle, those kind of races. So you come in the morning before class began, 2 hours before class, and you practice. And then you practice another 2 or 3 hours after class. And because we're coming so early and we're leaving so late, I have to walk to school because there's no bus. So you walk 45 minutes, you know? And then in the winter time too, you're doing this in the snow. And so now it's time for book distribution. Oh, this was easy. You know? Like, yeah, I can go all day, you know? The pop, 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 pop. It's almost like Krishna just made me ready just for those few years of doing those intersections. I could do those, you know? Everybody else, I can't take a break. No. I'm gonna after I make my quota, I'm taking a break. Then you all can stay out there during rush hour or something. I'm going to the car, you know? So, but yeah, so that was, anyway, and after you get through 6 months of that, then you get recommended. So finally Prabhupada's coming. This is the first time physically seeing Prabhupada. At that time they had, remember the Hare Krishna people movie? They used to have a movie they would use for showing in schools. But we would play it almost, at least every other Sunday they would play it at the Sunday feast. And you know, you see Prabhupada, you see the whole movement. It was really, that movie was like, wow, you know, you really felt. When Uddhama became president, then the prasadam got really nice. He sent devotees to Mayapur in India to learn how to cook, and how to play the instruments. And when they came back, you know, man, we have feasts were just out of this world. You know, I didn't like eggplant, but when they cook it, oh, I like eggplant then. It was like these pakoras, eggplant pakoras with tamarind chutney, tomato chutney. You ever see the stuffed tomato pakoras? You take a tomato and you kind of cut the top off, dip that, stuff it with all these things, put it back, and you fry the whole thing. Oh, our feasts were like out of this world. Nah, I'm fine. I got African body. I don't get hot. You will get hot. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling good now. So
Slowly going to.
anyway, so Prabhupada's coming. I think that was significant for me. First time to see Prabhupada. So, you know, you can't wait. You know, you see the video, you see him in the video, you read the books, you've been serving. So everything is there. And now he's coming. So the day he comes, the devotees go to the airport with kirtan, which really shocked me because I was thinking, why are we going in the airport with kirtan? They would arrest us all the time just for books. And a couple of times we did Harinam. When I joined in, practically there was no Harinam. It was stopped for the book distribution. You know, we did it a couple of times because, you know, you have to have a Back to Godhead article or something. So, okay, you guys got to do Harinam. You know? So I didn't grow up with Harinam. I grew up with just books. And I was thinking, are they crazy? They're going to arrest Prabhupada, because they would lock us up all the time for everything. And it was against the law, actually. We had permission. And they knew that. We get arrested, you go to court, and the judge just throw it out. So, as a matter of fact, we were paying probably about, from what I understood, about $50,000 a year. That's in 1975. That's probably like, I don't know, $300,000-$400,000 now a year for lawyers, because they're harassing us so much. And this lawyer said, you let them keep arresting you. I got this. Don't worry about it. He let it get up to about 80 arrests. And then he sued the city for harassment. And they had to give us $20,000 for harassment. And the judge told him, you leave those people alone. Next time I see 40,000, 50,000, you don't. So they wouldn't arrest us anymore. They just beat you up. I said, no, arrest me, please don't beat us. Oh, they would. I'm talking literally. And they knew how to do it in such a way you don't feel, they don't leave no marks or anything. They punch you in your ribs and things like that. I remember once we were on this was probably right after that. We got that, verdict. And we're really proud. Yeah, all right, we got them rascals now, And we're on the intersection. And this policeman, he pulls up real fast. You got 1 minute to get to your car. And so we pulled the paper out. 30 seconds. I thought, oh man, I said, okay, let's go. Let's just go to another location, because he's too crazy. Usually, sometimes you can show them, they go, and they just go off. So we pick our books up, and we're going to the parking lot where the car is. And this guy, they just want to see, I think they want to work, and they just pull in fast like that and block our car. Get out the car. Handcuffed us. You can't arrest us. Shut up. They just start smashing us on the hood of the car like this. Like, you people coming out here all the time. You did a bam, bam, bam. Just like, and then Rama Kelly, was two of us. I hear him back there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I'm like, Hare Krishna. We're just Hare Krishna. And I remember he opens up the door to the car and he takes my shoulder and just rams it into the edge there and throws me on top of Rama Kelly. I'm laying on top of him like this. And they just speed off like to the police station. And they're laughing. Oh, did you hear him? Did you hear him? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And these people so crazy, so brainwashed, crazy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they take us, put us in a little, holding place. And what they do is they let you stay, and then they let you go. So they don't book you. You were never arrested or anything. Okay, you can go. What rascals, Such rascals. Anyway, so we're going to go on the airport with Kirtan. I'm thinking they're going to arrest Prabhupada. I mean, I'm only 18, 19. I'm 18 at the time, yeah. No, I'm 19 by that time. I said, they're going to arrest Prabhupada. I'm young, I don't know. And we're going big Kirtan. There's probably 40, 50 devotees. No permissions. Can you imagine that? We just walk in the airport. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. People are like, oh, what is this? They're on the street, now they're in the airport. And they look at you like you're you're madman. And then the police, the policemen, I remember, they all start coming around and they're looking at us too. They don't know what to do. There's too many of us. And by that time, the TVs, cameras are there. And so they're just standing around like this, like upset. And we go, in those days, you can go right to the terminal where the plane lands. And they're having kirtan. And I'm just standing there, oh man, I can't wait. They're just waiting for Prabhupada to come off. And they're going to arrest him, I think. That's what's going to happen. Why are they doing this? So finally, the plane, you see it pull up. Door opens. And I can't remember if Prabhupada came off first or last. Hari Sari was telling me, actually by that time, they would let Prabhupada come off first. They give him that much respect, I just remember the door opening and, you see the dundas and Prabhupada's a little short. And finally he comes out, And it's really a hard thing to describe because we have seen the movie a lot. You've seen Prabhupada in the movie. You read but it's not the same thing. It's not the same. The only thing I can deduce from that is, it's like, you know, when you're meeting someone, it's interactive. So, you know, this man just a big kirtan there, like, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. You know, imagine if you're coming and they're chanting your name, Jai Sikhi Mahiti, Jai Sikhi Mahiti. What are you going to do when you come off? You're going to go, ah. All right? There's typical things you do when you're like that. You either smile or you act like, no, I'm not affected by this, or all the, but you expect certain reactions. Prabhupada doesn't have a false ego. He's a pure devotee. So he doesn't do any of that. So it throws you off. I just remember you're stunned. You're just like, wow, you know, look at this. It's just, he's different. And, you know, you see his skin. I guess because, you know, he's so much love of Krishna, his enthusiasm, you can just see it. It's in him. And his skin is just like, you know, glowing as a fact. He's youthful and he's walking. I'm thinking, I thought he was an old man, but look how he's walking. He's just like, why does he even have the cane? He just comes right through there. Devotee's got huge umbrella, chamaras, flower petals as he's walking, you know, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. And I'm just stunned. I'm like, wow, that's a pure devotee of Krishna. I can't believe it. And I see him come around the corner, and just as he's turning, now you see all the people watching him. Same reaction, especially the policemen. Those same policemen now are walking, you know, with Prabhupada, you know, yeah, you know, hey, get back, you know, you see them serving. Immediately, yeah, they're like, yeah, get. And even the karmas, they're not giving him the dirty look like they gave us. They're like, you know, they're kind of stunned, they're kind of, you know? Because you can see him, there's nothing, he's not like us. Yeah, even with all that, imagine somebody's got charm, you know, umbrella over me and flower petals as I walk. Yeah, just get out of here, you know. Amazing the effect the pure devotee has. As a matter of fact, even after that, practically speaking, those policemen that saw him, they didn't harass the devotees anymore. They didn't bother the devotees anymore after that, you know, once they saw him. So that was Prabhupada's effect there. And yeah, anyway, I'll just cut the initiation. There's a bunch of stories in between that, but the initiation day, you know, generally when Prabhupada would come to America, if you were, the initiation day, the Chicago, Radha Damodar had come, all the buses, and so many temples came. Normally, you know, they didn't bring that many temples in one place. You have to, say if you're in Atlanta, you don't drive up to Chicago to see Prabhupada. You know, you stay where you are, because you have to keep serving. So, a little side story, therefore there's always a lot of competition for Prabhupada. And I was surprised to know that, I can't remember who told me this, but I always wondered, how did Prabhupada choose which temples to go to? Because he couldn't go to all of them. And they said, so the temple presidents are all writing him, you please come to our temple. And then generally what he would look at is, who distribute the most books? They get the priority. So there's always a competition. You know, we want Prabhupada to come to our temple, so you look at that Sankirtan newsletter. What? Atlanta's doing that? We're going to beat Atlanta. We're going to beat Atlanta. You have to. Otherwise, he might go to Atlanta, he won't come to Chicago. So that really made the competition, you know, to get Prabhupada. That was really what motivated me to sell the books, because you wanted to see him. I didn't care so much about, you know, fallen souls. That's their problem as far as I'm concerned. You know, you never met people, I never met anyone that was like, oh wow, this is really interesting. Thank you for telling me. I never met anyone in the 70s like that, ever. They're always like, you know, hated, or you're crazy, stupid cult. Nobody ever was like, that's very interesting. Never. I mean, now you go out like this and people, oh, wow, are you a monk? You know? I heard of Bhagavad Gita. Can you tell me something? You get that all the time now. But not back then, huh? So I was just like, let me do as many as we can so we can beat whatever temple. We want to be number one. Or at least number two. At least. So anyway, Prabhupada came to Chicago. A lot of devotees, and they're going to have initiation. And it wasn't well planned because they're not accustomed to that many devotees. I think maybe it was 100 devotees or so. There were so many devotees, there was no room for the women to sit down. And they didn't get initiated that day. The Tamal Krishna was there, you know. He said, nah, that's okay, too bad for them. They complained to Prabhupada later. He made them do it the next day for them. So anyway, we're sitting there and the initiation is like, it's taking too long. You know, Prabhupada didn't like to waste time. That's the one thing I noticed with Prabhupada. He was there, he didn't waste time. He was very serious, very grave. It was like he was really into that mood of spreading. He wasn't just coming, you know, Hare Krishna, hi, Haribo, how are you, you know. Always serious about it, wasn't it? So anyway, I think it's taking too much time. And so as by the time they got to me, I think Prabhupada just started giving names out at that point because they were fumbling around, you know. They call you up and they're, you know, what's the name, what's this, what's that, trying to give it. So my Karmi name is Nathaniel. It begins with an N. Generally the conviction is, you know, if you have an N, it'd be like Nityananda, Narayan, Narada Muni, Nishringa. You know, all the cool names have N. You can't go wrong. I remember thinking that. I was really proud, actually. I think Krishna just smashed my ego. I'm thinking, man, I'm going to get such a cool name. I can't wait. I can't wait, you know. So finally, they come, Bhakta Nate. I go up. And Prabhupada looks at me and says, what are the rules and regulations? How many rounds must you chant? I did the whole thing. And then he says, and your name is Sikhi Mahiti. And I'm like, Sikhi Mahiti? What the heck is that? It don't even sound like a name of Krishna. No. Not supposed to, you know, Narada Muni Nityananda. What is thinking? And, you know, Chaitanya Charitamrita had not come out yet. So Prabhupada, I think he's looking at me and other devotees. Usually they go like, Haribo! They go, Sikhi Mahiti was kind of a little quiet. Nobody, what did he say, you know? So Prabhupada explained, he says, Sikhi Mahiti was one of the 3.5 most confidential servants of Lord Chaitanya. And I'm still looking disappointed. And it's a very nice name. And he hands me the B. He's like, oh, man. Hey, where's the list? No, let me see the list. I think it's a mistake. No. Your name is Sikhi Mahiti now. No. Let me get the list. I don't want Sikhi Mahiti. I want Nityananda, Narada Muni, Nishringa, you know, Narottam. That's Sikhi Mahiti. You know, it sounds like it's something from Jamaica, you know. Sikhi Mahiti from Tahiti. Even to this day, Indian people, they go, what is your name? Well, Sikhi Mahiti does. And what does it mean? You know, it's actually Orissan from Orissa. You know, it's not a common. Anyway, so I don't think there was any other Sikhi Mahitis. So after that, so that was the initiation.
You didn't like the prashara?
Huh?
It's funny, you didn't like your name, you didn't like the prashara.
Oh, Krishna's smashing my false ego, huh? I'll get one last one. This dancing one, that's a nice one too, dancing. Because in that same visit, devotees, you know, we're all 18, 19, so I don't know if you dance like that, but we dance crazy. I mean, nothing like they do now in Mayapur, not that, but we would, you know, generally they want you to Haribo, and you could jump a little bit, but you know, we start doing all this hot foot, yeah! And hey, what are you doing? Stop that! You can't, that's not authorized! You know, you have to, you know, temple usually like 40, 50, 60 devotees in the kirtan. So, you know, the temple president, hey! So we run to the back, a couple of us, and we still, forget him, you know, I'm sorry. You know, you just ate a bucket of gulab jamuns, you're talking about don't dance, you know? You're like, oh! So, anyway, because of all that competition, you know, between the temples on book distribution, especially with Radha Damodar, because in those days, you know, Radha Damodar walking around like, yeah, we're Radha Damodar. And you guys live with the householders. You're not real brahmacharis, you know, we're with the sannyasis. You know? So they come into the temple, you know, like peacocks, you know, like, yeah, we're in town now, you know. So Prabhupada's under Vyasa-san sitting, you know, after greeting the deities, and he's chanting, you know, they usually leave the middle open because he wants to see the deities in front. Anybody get in that middle, he's out the way, out. And he chant. So the devotees on the side, you know, dancing. And Prabhupada, he glances over at some of the devotees dancing, and he kind of, so the other group see, oh, So they start doing something a little different, you know, dancing. And Prabhupada looks over at them and he shakes his head, you know. And the other group's like, oh, he said. So it starts escalating. But what he's doing, he's actually saying no, but he's doing that Indian way. So they're thinking he's saying, it's like, yeah, very nice. So it's like back and forth, it starts getting, you know, getting a little more crazy, and Prabhupada's shaking his head, and everybody's like, you know. Finally, you know, it comes to our turn. And I used to, you know, I was a guy, me and we would be the leaders of the crazy dance. Oh, they want to see something? It's going to be our turn now. But I had broken my leg a while back and just come out of a cast. So my leg, I couldn't dance. And I was really disappointed, like, oh man, this is my moment. This is my moment, I can't dance. Like, oh Krishna, you're punishing me, you know. So Rama Kelly, that's, you know, our friend, he said, you know, I'll take the lead, you know. He jumps down the middle where Prabhupada is. And he's doing this, we used to do this twist thing like this. He's going up and down in front of Prabhupada like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. And Prabhupada's like, finally he stops the kirtan. He says, you never see Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda dancing like this. And Prabhupada's doing the twist on the Vyasa side. He says, like this. And then he starts the kirtan back up. I said, Krishna saved me. He said,
Oh, that is funny.
I never forget that.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Anyway.
Wow.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Wow, that was
Let's stop there.
Lies now. Don't cut it all out now.
That's basically shaking his head and he's smiling like that. He's like, people are like, oh, wow, he likes it. He's, no, 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 no.
How did Rama Kitty take it?
Huh?
How did he take it as far as...
Well, the way Prabhupada did it, you didn't feel offended. Because he was laughing. He wasn't like, yeah. I've heard other devotees tell that pastime, and they said Prabhupada was chastising the devotees. And then he didn't do that. And even I talked to the servants. He never publicly, at least in America, start, you know, hey, you Maya. And I remember that he was just like, he was laughing. He was like, no, 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 no. That's what he says. You never see him dancing like this. And he's, I wish I had a video then. He said, like this, like this. He just flicked his hand, boom, kirtan started back up. And the devotees started going, Hariba, Hariba. It's like it united everybody finally. We already done the hot foot. Now he's doing the twist.
Right.
He's hopping and twisting up and down the aisle like that, whoa, whoa, with his hips too, you know.